Hello everybody, welcome back to How to Build a B-1 Bomber. I know what you're thinking, that ain't no B-1 Bomber. No, that is a U-2 spy plane we got from my buddy Butch, and we got it ready to fly. But I know I got some explaining to do. You don't see no B-1 Bomber parts sitting around. After I molded up that wing over there, that used up every bit of resin I had, and couldn't afford to get no more till this week, but got that taken care of. I got the other wing all primed, got my panel lines on it, got it ready to go, and I ran out of resin. And Butch and Paul in Texas, what's up fellas? They got my main spar done, and he's got some other parts ready for me, so I got to run to Texas this weekend and pick all that stuff up. And there just happens to be a jet meet down there this weekend. And since I started this B-1, I've only been flying a couple times. I've been in this garage working every weekend, every night, every day, non-stop. And it's time to go flying, folks. I'm going to just take this weekend off and go flying. We all need it. We all need some entertainment. But someone mentioned a while back about they wanted to see our stable, so here it is anyway. I'll tell you what I've been doing. This boomerang here probably has 400 flights on it. This is John's, my buddy. And man, we fly this thing, and we fly it, we fly it, we fly it. When we go out, we put 4 or 5 flights on it in a day. And last time we went flying, we burned up the ECU in it. Yeah, it's a long story, but so it was broke down, and we had the Eurosport up there. It had a hot start and kind of burned up the dang bypass inside, so it was broke down. U2 wasn't ready. Had some work to do to my Hornet, so it basically had nothing flying. So that's what I've been doing this week. I took the turbine out of the Eurosport, because we've had that plane for like 4 years, and we don't really fly it a whole lot. The rudder on it's crooked. When you do a loop, you know it does one of them crazy loops, and I don't know. We fly it, but nothing like this. So we took the turbine out of the Eurosport and put it in here. This is a 25-pound Simjet, and that's a good running motor, man. We bought that brand new about a year ago, and it's ready to go. Oh yeah, we got smoke on it, and man, that is a good flying jet. That is the best flying airplane I ever flew. Jet, no jet, whatever. I fly that thing like a stick, man. We do loops and rolls and snaps. I do waterfalls where you can do a loop and snap it and then come on around and just everything, man. That's a good flying airplane. So we got that going. And Mama Hornet here, but all I got left to do to it is put the air tanks back in it. But the smoke pump quit working, and we can't have a Blue Angels F-18 without a puff of smoke. So I had to get in there and replace that pump. And it has a 35-pound Biotech in it, and man, that's a good running turbine right there too. That thing just starts first time every time, and it really sounds cool in that bypass. This thing just growls when it starts. That's a mean jet right there. It's pretty fast. And then this U2, this is an old jet right here. This thing here has got to be 20 years old. It flew with a Dynamax and a 91. Remember them ducted fan days? And we put this 15-pound Simjet in it. It's a little bitty cute turbine, but this thing sure runs good too. I like them Simjets. Man, they just start up and run every time, and it's got the real tiny ECU and solenoids. Everything's right there. And I like to put what I can back here so you don't end up with wires everywhere and you get such a mess. I like I did my test stand. I like to mount all my stuff to a little bitty board, shorten up the wires, make it real neat, and you don't end up with a big old wiring mess. Look at that. It don't even look like it's flyable. There's just nothing up here. I got the retract valve up here, and the speed brake valve up there. See, it's got some speed brakes, and it's got the retracts. There's one up front and one back here. Paul actually made this, but it turns, and I had the wings on it the other day. This thing is just monstrous. It's just got like a 13-foot wingspan. The wings are just huge. But we're going to get a flight on this. And then this F-16, this is a Skymaster F-16. It actually belongs to my buddy. And we want to take it with us. We got a JetCat P-80 for it. And he has it all together, but he's never flown a jet before, put together a jet before. So I wanted to help him and get in here and redo a couple things, clean it up for him. And he did a pretty neat job. I mean, everything was pretty nice how he had it all set up. But one problem on these gas tanks, he ran this little fuel line, and what it was doing, it was actually, where'd that little header tank go? When we started up and idle, it was fine. But with that little fuel line, it was collapsing this tank. It was just sucking it flat, you know, because it was having to suck through them other tanks, through that little line. And when it got so flat, it would create air in there like that and then suck air bubbles into the filter or into the fuel line, and then bam, turbine would die. And he couldn't figure out why. And as soon as I seen them little fuel lines, I pretty much knew what it was. So I went in here, took all this apart, and put the bigger brass tubing in there on the fuel side. See, I put that big stuff. It had that tiny stuff. And I put the bigger fuel lines on it. And we're going to get this ready today. I'm going to get this finished up and get it back together so we can take it with us. Well, that's a pretty nice looking little jet right there. I like it. I like it a lot. And I got these batteries, see, and it goes up in the nose, and then that nose piece just goes right over it. And then this little screw right here tightens it up, so you got that little screw sticking out. Pretty cool looking. But we got these two Kevlar tanks. Then I'm going to put this Sullivan right here, and then put that piece of wood over the top of it. Then I'm going to hide a lot of the turbine parts. I'm going to stick the ECU up here. I'm going to make a new piece of wood there to where it runs back there a little bit instead of stopping here. And I can put my ECU back there where it's still grabbable. And because I like to be able to work on these jets, you got to kind of make them and to where neat and clean as possible. That way, when you got to get in here to work on it, you don't take that board off and just see just a big cluster of wires. I hate that. I like all my stuff to be zipped up real neat. I'll keep my radio extension cord separate from these, and then when I get that in there, I'll shorten this wire to where I don't have an extra foot of wire. And you know, then if we go to, you know, if we ever put this turbine in something else that needs a longer wire, you know, I will just make another one. But I like to do that and just make everything real neat. And remember, I got my thing to make the phone cords. Got them at Lowe's. And, you know, these phone cords that plug into them ECUs, these things here, I can make them to the exact length. That's just a 6-pin connector. See, a regular phone cord is only a 4-pin, but these are 6, and that's all it is. Just a 6-pin connector. You get these at Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, and that takes a lot of your mess away. Because everything's got to be clean and neat. If I go to work on this, I don't have that big cluster of wires. I hate that. That's my biggest pet peeve in the modeling business. And guess what? I got my other box of t-shirts. This is my second order. I want to show you guys what I had left out of my first order. That's it. And but I got my other ones. I got some double X's. I changed up the colors. And I also got kid sizes because I had people wanted some for their kids, and all I had was mediums, and they was kind of big. So I got a small for the kids out there. So I will get them out before we go to Texas. And so I want everyone to have their t-shirts. I don't want no one mad at me because of these t-shirts. You guys know how busy I've been. And I don't know, I'm not the best bookkeeper in the world, but I've been on this bomber for you guys. You guys keep me motivated. I should have helped that. You know, there was a time when I would have had to stop construction altogether and stop movies. But you guys kept me going. I appreciate it. You know what we did? We have turned this into the first civilian worldwide modeling project. No governments involved, no bureaucracy, just nothing but good people out there all around the world. And we have turned this into the world's first worldwide modeling project. And if it wasn't for you guys, I'd have been stopped a long time ago. And you don't realize how much them little donations kept me going. You know, kept me going to the paint store, getting primer, kept me going here, going there. You know, just every day I spend money. Just every day I got to go to the hardware store. I got to run to Texas. I got to do this. I got to do that. And if it wasn't for you guys out there, this would have been a project would have took me twice as long. So I want to get a shout out to everybody around the world that has helped, that has watched, that gets on that comments page and tells me how much they appreciate it, because that's what this is all about. Is we want to help you guys. We want to help you with your modeling. I want to show you all these little tricks. I'd like to see more people build their own from scratch. You know, it's hard to beat these little Skymaster F-16s and stuff like that for just going out and flying them hard and just an everyday flyer. Just throw that in a truck and go fly it hard. But you got to have one in the shop. Just the masterpiece that you take to the air shows and just proud of it. And yeah, I did it. I did it all. Ain't no better feeling in the world, people, than to say I did it and I did it all. And I had my fans around the world supporting me and buying me primer, buying me sandpaper, buying me this, buying me that. And you guys did it. And I'm going to get this bomber flying. You know, I'm going to give it everything I got to get this thing flying by October. Okay? If it don't happen, the jet meet's on. Okay? That's going to be an annual event now. Flying or no flying, that jet meet is on. But I don't want people taking their vacation just to come see that bomber and then have it not fly. You know, so just kind of stay tuned. We'll keep you informed. Regardless, it will be out there for, you know, people to look at. When I get back from Texas, I'm going to have my main spar. And I'm going to be able to lay up the fuselage when I get back. So, as soon as I get back, I'm going to get that other wing molded. I'm going to go get some resin today. And, oh yeah, got enough saved up for my radio gear. It's going to wipe me out, but I'm going to go ahead and order it. And we're going to be going fast now. But when I get back, I'm going to be able to lay up the fuselage. I'm going to get my other wing molded. And when the cells are done, I'm going to pick up my stab and my rudder this weekend in Texas. I still got them to glass up and mold. I got to go, but they're small. They won't take that long. And I'm going to be going in leaps and bounds, folks. But I just wanted to make this little movie and let you know where you're at. I hope no one's upset with me. We're going to go fly some jets and we're going to have some fun. Southwest Jet Meets in Waco, Texas this weekend. We're going to take a few parts out there. We're going to take my nose and just so people can see. Maybe in the cell. I still got them motors on that test stand too. I might run them out there. But anyone, want to come on out this weekend and have some fun? Let's fly some jets. Hey, you people, let me know. You want me to make a movie out there and show you guys some jets out there? Let me know, and I'll do it if y'all want me to, and I'll post them. Until then, I'll be back next week, folks, and get ready to see a fuselage. We're going to lay one up. So, until then, we will see you guys in the shop.